Hey guys, we're back from that embarrassing fight. It's your boy Al.
And your other boy, I'm not gonna say my name.
Yeah, they should know it by now.
You don't deserve it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Understandable. But we did it. Also, I guess her normal phantasm activates on turn 7, by the way. So if you just don't beat her in 7 turns, she's gonna hit you with 800 points of damage.
Big damage.
And she rewinds her entire HP bar. Lame. Didn't even give me a level up, by the way. I hate it when they don't do that. We finally get to kill Alice and Alice. We've been waiting all game for this. Huh? We're disappearing? Oh, it's already over.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Why? Servant Alice firmly grasps Master Alice's hand. We finally reach 100, by the way. They cling to each other, their voices plaintive. Alice was alone for so long. Nobody noticed me. I had no home, and I was so sad for so long. Then
here
Alice,
comes the sob story.
And then Alice found Alice to belong to. We were so happy. We even had a home. That was all we needed, forever and ever. Just like this. That was all we needed. Why does it gotta end? Why did they take away our happiness? Why? Shh. It's okay. Alice gives a small smile. Alice already knew that everything would go bye-bye. I don't remember very well, but I probably am already dead. My body isn't even in that hospital anymore. Alice is like a box with nothing inside of it. There wasn't ever anything there since the beginning. Yep, even back in the hospital, there was no Alice left inside of Alice. No one noticed Alice. I was alone. It hurt. No one even treated Alice like a person. It was the same after Alice came to Wonderland. Alice was so alone. That's why I know that my home here and my Alice will all go far away very soon. But mister, you cared about Alice, didn't you? Yes, we cared about Alice. Uh-huh. You always paid attention to Alice, mister. It's 'cause you're like Alice. Except you still have a real place to go home to someday. Thank you, Alice, for being my friend. For always and always being with me. And thank you, mister, for seeing Alice and playing with Alice. I really wanted to play a little more, but bye-bye. With the sound of a crumbling of sugar, Alice glitters for a moment.
This is where all the real ones started crying their eyes out, bro.
And then she's gone. I am a reflection. This time I was Alice, looking in the glass. Even if I'm summoned in the next door, I won't be the Alice I am now. I'll be someone else's fanciful creation. The real Alice is a mystery, but being Alice's servant made me happy. Right before she crumbles away, a single drop falls from her eye. Why am I crying when I know that even if I cry, I'll never be the real thing? It was Licorice. The licorice girl chases after her sweet master. The licorice girl chases after her sweet master. I should be used to the harsh rules of the holy world by now, but I can't desensitize myself. If this is natural, then this system is twisted at its core. And so the girl disappeared, and I didn't even wish for her to die. I didn't wish for anything, but still, I led her to her death. This is the third death I've caused. The rules of the Holy Grail War demand that I kill, but that girl will never see another day because of me. The guilt weighs heavily on my soul. You are lamenting over the death of your opponent. A warm yet caring voice breaks through my gloom. The loss of life is a sad affair, especially if it's a consequence of the ruthlessness of war. Ruthlessness. I think pointlessness would be more accurate. Point taken. However, you fight because you have no other choice. You either kill or die. There is no mercy to be found in war, and the sadness of causing death is still right there. But humanity dreams of the Holy Grail's power. They entrust their hopes to a higher power. They do this because they know what they are capable of doing is for the best of all. More so than death, this fact is what saddens me the most, is what Leo just said. That's really pathetic. People can't say themselves, and us who are already damned. Those words ring of someone who sees themselves as a savior of a world in chaos. Wait before you pass judgment. I was born and raised to be king of the world. I'll remember your grief and her pain, for that one day none of this death will have been for nothing. I have joined this battle in the order to end the world's cycle of suffering and deprivation. Once control is restored, I can put an end to the conflicts brought on by the scarcity and want. Isn't that what you desire, for your grief and her death to have meaning? In a perfect society, all people must be equal. To save the world, there must be equilibrium, socialism. Though his ideals are poison, there is a seductiveness to his words that is hard to ignore. Or maybe his ideas are what's needed to heal a fractured world. The boy's oddly comforting voice lifts my spirit, which had sunk after Alice's death. Alright, it's your turn, Clay.
Oh. What a way to comfort someone. This person's totally clueless. Being bombastic helps nothing.
Suddenly forcing her way into the conversation was none other than Rin. Not other than Rin. I don't know why I put all those words together. The unrestrained hatred in her voice perfectly matches the animosity of her expression.
I overheard your little spiel. It's what I'd expected from the plutocratic Harway family.
I care about all. Oh my gosh. I wish nothing more than to see a world where everyone has their place. I don't know what's up.
And of course, that place is under your rule, with you deciding who lives and who dies, correct?
Oh my gosh.
Your world is a place where you alone decide whether a child is to be fed or left to starve. Or a person's entire life is dictated by the whims of the Harway family's desires. However, you are not a god. If you want to live as you do now, forever, go ahead, I don't care. But for me, I cannot and will not accept things as they currently are now. If you wish to build a country dominated by saints, fine. Just leave humanity out of it.
So my information about you being a potential surrogate was correct after all, Miss Tosaka. You assume I don't understand your position and that you're wrong. And in that, you're wrong. However, you need to realize the efficient distribution of resources depends on proper management. And I can assure you that my family has no plans to stockpile goods for financial gain. Once you see how we rule, you will understand our grand design for well-being of humanity.
I'm aware of the Harway plan for prosperity. Everyone in their place with no places for descent. A paradise based on status and class immobility. No change and no hope for a better future. Stability at the expense of hope and joy. A world where people don't live, only merely exist. And mock anyone who chooses that path. Living as merely one of the flock doesn't appeal to me.
I'm actually kind of surprised how there's a whole lack of like commas in here that would make the sentences flow better.
Yeah.
You never really think about it until you have to read it.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Wow. Would you look at that? The moment I talk about a comma. Miss Tosaka, that is because you have an inherent strength that the masses lack. Perhaps it is good to feel that you're in a fight to preserve your very existence. However, would you wish for all of mankind to be given the same strength? To be able to fight for themselves, to be able to think for themselves. There's some people that just can't do that. Do you not understand?
I mean, that is to say.
Of course you wouldn't. You are all too aware of your selfishness and your pride. Because of that, you cannot share your pain with those without the strength to bear it.
I could and would. I'm not as soft-hearted as you make me out to be.
You wouldn't be blushing right now then, Red. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Is that so? You will always help those in need. Your compassion will lead to your defeat. What did you say?
Joy is ephemeral. In order to save humanity, you must first be willing to let yourself die. The world needs a strong leader, Miss Tosaka. And once I gain the power of the Holy Grail, I will be the one true king, and my virtue will illuminate the darkness that engulfs the entire world. The European plutocrats control 30% of the world, and none have voiced their discontent. Opposition to our rule comes from outside the farm. To expand on your analogy a little. In short, either join the flock or be slaughtered. Our current view is that the populations of the Asian region are expandable. Of course, we have plans to integrate the region should they support our aims.
Sigh. To think we agree on something. Okay, I understand perfectly now.
Well, the fact that our characters are standing in the background like, bro, politics? That's pretty neat, I guess.
He's like,
I'm just trying to live. What exactly do you understand?
That I was right in entering the Holy Grail War this time around. So, Leonard Bistario Harway, heir apparent to the head of the plutocratic Harway family. I swear to you that I will crush your delusions of genocide and despotic rule.
To be perfectly clear, you intend to kill me, right?
Seeing as I seriously doubt that anything short of taking your life would stop you, yes.
I see. I have faith that someone of your intellect will understand one day. Or maybe you already do.
Talk about stubborn. I can't fault your dedication to your megalomaniac delusions, though.
That was really Tosaka's declaration of war. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I don't think it'll escalate hostilities the way it did with Julius. Leo has chosen this path, and she's done so as well. Their battles will be fought within the Holy Grail War. One will live, and one will die. And those two will eventually disappear, and only I, who has nothing, will remain. Bro, we just styled on them. Even after all that political talk, we just said, yeah, you're gonna die and I'm gonna live, by the way. You're like, bruh, you're gonna lose. Leo's plans, Rin's determination. I have nothing to fight for, yet I continue to fight and kill. Unlike the real world, I can feel the weight of this virtual world pressing down upon me. Even so. Which one sounds more anime? I will find a reason to fight, or I have no choice but to fight.
I will find a reason to go on.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
I'll find a reason to go on. Of course, it's not that simple. There's no time. It will all end when the 4th round begins. I can't lie to myself any longer. I cannot continue knowing it's all for nothing. I'm worth something. I have to fight on. My opponents must die so I can live, so be it. I have nothing to base that assertion on. Right now I have nothing. I am nothing. That's why I need to find a reason for all this. Any reason, even if it's a bad one. Just as long as it's not nothing. It's just as long as it's not nothing I'd be ashamed of when it comes time to face my opponents. There he is. Our carry. Wow, would you look at that? All of her stats are E. Why did she do so much damage?
What does that make you?
Oh man, she sounds like a freaking Persona thing. I will change. I have changed. I am you. Well, you are me. I'm going to change. I will have changed. I am you, and you are me. Oh, okay, so she basically has a skill that's like, yeah, the stronger my will is, the stronger I will be. So that's why she was so strong for no reason.
Plot armor.
Technically, yeah. Oh. Alright, Clay, this is when it happens, Clay.
Oh boy.
This is the route split. I mean, it's not much of a route split when we already know what we want to do, right, Clay?
Yes, sir.
The air is tense. The tension in the air reminds me of how it feels when an opponent pairing is announced. My pairing hasn't been announced yet. However, I recognize the 2 girls in front of the billboard. The girl in red is Rin Tosaka, and the other girl about the same age as Rin, or a little older, is Ranny. The girls size each other up, and without a word, each glances away from one another. One of those girls will die. That is what fate has decided. Oh my god, bro, what are you doing behind me? I get you're an assassin, but Jesus Christ, bro. Rin Tosaka and Ranny the 7th. By that I mean the 8th, are equally powerful. I can only gain from one taking out the other. I'm not the only witness. It's Julius. He walks over to the bulletin board after the other 2 have left. Neither side will hold back in the battle. If I could watch the fight, I could learn quite a bit more. Won't even a single glance they leave. I really don't understand, but I'm nervous anyway. So it's about to happen. It's about to be go time, brother. The moment I see Rin Tosaka, I know the time has come. Her body language is as aloof as ever, but I can see the focus in her gaze. Today's the day they fight. One of them will die. Come to think of it, I haven't even seen Julius. That's nothing unusual, but for some reason it worries me. While Julius said in front of the bulletin board about Rin and Ranny's battle is still bugging me. Maybe it would be a good idea to track him down. From outside the multimedia room, I hear a faint voice. I put my ear to the door in order to hear better. It's Julius. I can't make out the details, but he's talking about a program's code. I knew it.
Okay.
Fire.
So, it disconnected me for a minute, and then now I can't see the stream anymore. So.
Oh, I'm bad. I'm bad.
Not good. You didn't know. Hope that didn't mess anything up.
No. If you've been talking, I did not know.
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay. Well, have you missed everything I've said so far then?
No,
for like
it
the
was
last
for like
2
a
minutes.
It was like a second. I just couldn't see the screen anymore.
Okay. You think it's back now?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just have to restart my computer after this. I don't know why I'm just now giving Java notifications about my Discord. Anyway. I knew it. The firewall around the battlefield is too strong. The security here is tight. I sense him moving and shuffle away from the door in panic. There's nowhere to hide. It's you. His aura of murderous intent makes my heart leap out of my chest, but then he promptly leaves. Even though he tried to kill me before, Julius doesn't even seem to register my existence. Maybe I'm not worth it to him to suffer yet another penalty outside in the arena. I mean, you're really not, bro. I mean, you have fought 3 servants and won, but that's on another point. The multimedia room is a bit bigger than regular classrooms. At the front of the room is a screen. Instead of a ceiling projector, there is an old-fashioned film projector. It's old. It could be all they have here, but they should be able to see something. There's something different about the film projector. My servant is right. That film projector seems to be warping the very air well, data around it. Something must have been done to it, probably by Julius. For what purpose? As I reach out to inspect it. Another Java error.
Java be erroring tonight, bro.
Honestly. Weird, when I touched it, sparks sent flying into my brain. I think I was attacked by some program. Although it made me a little dizzy, the effects immediately passed. I didn't think it did any damage. I wonder what it was. Somehow, I don't think it was Julius's doing. I pulled away from my reverie by the earth-splitting sound of a weapon. Someone means business. I brace myself, thinking Julius has returned, but he's nowhere to be seen. And suddenly, an image emblazons itself on my brain. Rainy, right next to her slim form, is a giant servant, and facing them is Rin Tosaka and her servant. This must be the illumination battle between those two. The film projector spins into motion, projecting images of the battle onto the screen. Well, Clay, it's gonna be time for us to start talking for a little bit.
Oh boy.
It's our good friends. Actually, no, we're actually watching a battle right now. Okay, I'll say my friend Lancer's name just because they're not gonna say it in the game. My boy Cullen's got a nice haircut.
He do. He had that fresh cut.
I say he's looking fly as heck, brother.
There ain't nobody like him.
Oh God. Oh, bro. How long is this gonna be? Okay, I was to say. Getting to watch other masters fight would be a huge advantage in a war like this, where information is crucial to survive. It goes without saying that this is a total violation of the rules, but I expect nothing less of Julius. Anyways, why did he leave halfway through? Was this his plan or did something go wrong? Master, I don't think you could afford to miss this. My servant draws my attention to the screen. Ren and Ranny are facing each other. The forms of their servants can't be made out clearly. The image quality isn't bad per se, it's more like a masking effect overlaid to hide them. Even with the security measure, I can tell that both servants are wielding long shafts. They have to be lancers. My eyes only see sparks from their lances as each thrust parries, swipes, and defends. Randy's servant seems massively powerful, but Ren's servant isn't giving an inch. Either one could win. It'll be her to win if it keeps this up. Archer quietly gazes at the girl of red, Ren. His voice is curiously free of its normal bite. They appear to be equally matched, but the master of the big guy is just doing the equivalent of button mashing. She keeps throwing around his strength, and it's no use. This will end up like David and Goliath. Well, just like in Go, one doesn't move, and Miss Red over there can still lose her game. Red notices she's winning too. Her posture is full of confidence. On the other hand, there is a hint of alarm in Rainey's otherwise expressionless face. And then the clashes stop. I can't make out what's going on, but I can see there's space between the two opponents. The one who backed off was Rainey. Her servant contorts and starts gathering energy. Even through the blurry screen, I can see the inordinate amount of power being summoned. I am sorry, Professor. I must return to the chassis and life you bestowed upon me. Maximum velocity, infinite, helm to the northern sky, mode, Osiris. Continuation of duties deemed impossible. In the case of failure, destruct self along with the moon. Performing final directive.
Oh, so, wait, what? Atlas homunculi can pull off crazy stuff like that?
You fool! This isn't something to self-destruct over! After taking a beating from Rin, Randy must be intending to use her last resort. Never mind Rin, wouldn't that liquefy the entire arena? She used her command seal. That's a trump card you can only use twice in the entirety of the war, and Randy just used one. No, her command seal isn't what's causing that horrendous power to well up from inside her. Her heart is a kiln on the verge of exploding. Anyone who saw her right now could tell. Randy's body was built with the capacity to overload like this.
Your magic circuits are at critical convergence. You don't need to throw your life away like this.
Woo-wee, a kamikaze, huh? What do you do if she's stolen your patented move, master of mine? Ren's servant addresses her with a flippant tone totally unsuited to the intensity of the situation.
Now that's old news. Save the jokes for later, Lancer. If she's serious, then we need to go all out. Her heart's made of etherlight. Before she blows up the arena, skewer her to the core with your noble phantasm.
Ooh, I like it when you're getting desperate. What a treat. Alright, it's finally time to end this. At Ren's command, Lancer takes a stance and gathers his strength. It builds and builds until... This blow should settle the battle. Although she has the upper hand, one wrong move and she'll lose. No attack could counter that move. It's enough to destroy them both. It can only be blocked head on. But, can she do it? Rin Tosaka's servant is a legendary soul, made for one-on-one combat. Rainey's servant, meanwhile, is a living fortress. He can expel armies. Maybe not that spear. But maybe not that spear. If we wait for our two strongest opponents, we'll eliminate each other without us lifting a finger. His mischievous grin twists me into a frown when he looks at me. That look. Don't tell me you want to save one of them. I don't recall I was telegraphing my emotions, but more importantly, what did my servant just say? Could there really be a way for us to save one of them? It sounds like there might be, but Archer wasn't exactly enthusiastic. Yeah, there's something you can do. Look at your left hand. Points at my command seals. The screen is a bridge to where they are. It isn't impossible to get there, but I would be teleporting into a sealed area. That can't happen without the help of a command seal. So it's actually impossible. Still, command seals exist to make miracles happen. While I'm there, I'll get dragged into the battle. I'll probably need to use a second command seal just to survive. So you'll end up using 2 command seals to save an opponent. Still, do you want to do it? Alright. I'm gonna save state so I know I don't mess up. We're going on the Rin round. So it's time to save Taihas, baby.
There's only been one important thing to me my entire life.
And this is the only time you'll use a command seal, by the way.
Nice.
Rainey's going to self-destruct any second. I'm gonna listen to my heart and save Rin. My servant springs in the action with no sign of disapproval. Time is of the essence. Power surges through my feet, electrifying the air and bending the floor. Space warps around us. The distortion rips a hole in the screen. My servant leaps toward it, and the world melts into streaks. My vision goes black from the rapid acceleration. My hand tingles where the command signal burned off. When I open up my eyes, I find myself in the arena. Out of the frying pan and into the fryer. Whatever. Literally. The air sparks as the arena begins to melt about Rainy. What? Rainy seems to know why I'm intruding in our battle, and blatant hostility is poured upon me. The difference in ability levels is painfully clear. Master your command seal. Use your command seal to keep us victorious until the Seraph's forced termination activates. So I don't have to, but I'll show you if I don't. I'm not gonna use it. Alright, so Clay, what do you think if I just did all attack?
You would kill him instantly.
So guard, attack. So I need to break, attack. I'll show you what happens. So break, attack, break. Oh, would you look at that? The game knows that I was gonna do that, and so it changed what it wants to do. So you literally cannot win this battle without a command seal. Oh wait, I never even saw this one when I played the game. For the moments the command seal burned off my hands, I could feel my strength seeping away. Not just my strength, but the very fiber of my being frays at the edge and starts disintegrating. Neither Rin nor Rainy looked my way as they concentrate on the enemy in front of them. Their dim, fading figures clash, and the fight reaches its end. However, as I try to make out the winner, my eyes, never to grasp the light again. Dead end. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Anyway, we're gonna use the second command seal. And wow, would you look at that? You want to look at his HP bar real quick?
Yeah, not doing anything.
And yeah, how it's not moving at all. Yeah, that thing moved literally a centimeter. No, not even a centimeter. It moved like it actually didn't even move. They were doing 4 to 5 times more damage on their basic attacks than we were doing with our basic attacks.
Brooke.
When Archer said there's a clear difference in ability, it was not a joke. In response to a third party's intervention, the Seraph drops a wall between the enemy servants. That's it! This is our chance to escape! Ugh, not even the Seraph can stop Randy's program? Damn it, we'll be caught in it, and she's gonna melt the entire arena down before the Seraph logs us out. We won't make it! Even the protective wall between us and Randy can't contain the force of her blast. Archer, Ren, and myself will be evaporated instantaneously. Suppose I don't have a choice. Looks like I'm the only one who can do something about this. It happens in the blink of an eye. With the curse, Ren's servant dashes toward Ranny. Like a blue comet, he zooms through the wall, even as the enemy servant's spear rakes across his right side.
Lancer! Lancer!
Hey, little girls like you shouldn't be playing with big girl toys. I've accepted my own fate, but I can't be at peace with it if you threaten those I want to protect. Through a storm of flashes in the overheated air, the lance continues unerring, running through. The red lance's barbs score. I guess no, it's supposed to be scour. The flesh from her ribs as it pushes it in and through. Caught in the lance as it falls to the ground and is a heart and a lung. System constricted of opal. Rip them, tear them, bear thy thanes. Gabolg. Time. Per regulations, a forced withdrawal will now be performed on Haku no Kishinami. Everything happens at once. The heart explodes behind me, creating a massive shockwave of data corruption. The world is crumbling, but I am holding Ren's hand. Ranny's large servant collapses around her, protecting her fallen servant from the weight, fallen master from the wave of data, and then... Ah! Damn it, ow! That bastard took off my damn right side! Cut cleanly down the right half of his body, the blue-clad servant sits alone before the wave of data. It is hopeless for him. He has no time to get help, and eventually with that wound... Don't worry about me. This is the reality of a battlefield. We do what we can, little man. At least, I'm grateful my master was able to survive. Now I just need to work on finding ways to defend people without getting myself killed. My lady master is going to be livid. It's your job to calm her down in my place, okay? The wisecracking smile suddenly disappears into white. No matter what happens to Lancer, my boy Kukulin always has it bad, bro. Always.
He's just getting the shaft left and right.
Literally this time. I come to in the multimedia room. The command seal on my left hand is now smaller, but my exhausted servant and Rin are by my side.
Where am I? Why?
Those words are all she can manage, and then she blacks out. The intense battle, followed by the rapid acceleration and teleportation, must completely drained her. The film projector is gone still, and the screen is dark. Rand was taken to the nurse's office after she collapsed. She's still asleep when I played a visit. According to the doctor, she woke up earlier feeling okay. I'll wait around until she wakes up again. Come to think of it, I haven't heard a peep of my servant in a while. They must be angry. You really think I'd be... Did you think I'd be angry with you? Forget it. I'm over that now. Right now, I'm just trying to come to terms with how hopelessly naive my master is for helping an enemy. Meaning, he's furious. Maybe you can explain to me why saving this enemy was so important that you used 2 command seals. never mind. At least spare me the cheap philanthropy. In this war, everyone but the victor. Archer vanishes, his words cutting off mid-sentence. I guess he must notice Rin waking up. Not long after, her eyes flutter open and she looks right at me, and then she starts yelling at us.
What were you thinking?
Rin goes from comatose to bitch in 3 seconds flat. That's my favorite line in this entire game, by the way.
You're a participant in the Holy Grail War too. Why would you do something moronic like save me? And don't give me nonsense about me being about to die. My victory was right around the corner. Rennie's self-destruction was bad news, but Lancer was capable of stopping her and her servant. Hey, let me see your command seals. So you did use one. I figured as much.
Well, I used 2, actually.
Don't you forget using it. Oh, don't you regret using it, seeing as how you're handicapped in your future fights now.
I already know she's prideful, and her servant warned me. Still, I didn't think she'd be so damn angry at me for helping.
What are you saying? Staying quiet for? Do you regret what you've done or not?
I have absolutely no regret. We called this the simp route for a reason, right, Clay?
Yes, sir. You still don't get it, do you? That this war is unforgiving. There's no cure for idiocy. And I'd be an idiot to say thanks to an idiot like you.
She grumbles irritably, thanking me in her own way, I think.
Well, whatever. It still doesn't sit well with me. But you have my gratitude. Thanks.
You're an idiot now, by the way.
Alright, that's enough of that. On to the main issue. At the arena before my win or loss was determined, so my command seals are intact. By the same token, without a win, I've effectively dropped out of the tournament. Get it? I'm an anomaly in the system now, disconnected from logic of the Holy Grail War.
Rin displays her hand. The command seals are still clearly there, but the color's no longer red. They're now gray.
Honestly, even if I'd won, I would have taken significant damage and lost in one of the next fights. This way, I still have a chance. I may no longer be able to attain the Grail, but I can defeat Leo. Although I'd have preferred to fight to the end with Lancer, no, I can't think like that. Anyway, what you did may have been a stroke of genius. Don't get me wrong, no way am I praising you for being reckless.
Either she's embarrassed or she's still kinda mad, because her expression morphs into a pout. It was worth saving her just to see this expression though. But if I told her that, she'd only yell at me again.
Okay, on to the next issue. Dang, she got like 30 issues.
I mean, women will be women, Clay. Was everything
That's
up until
true.
now not important to Miss Rin Tosaka? To be honest, I've had enough.
What are you saying? I wanted to thank you, and I thanked you. I'd just like to discuss a crucial topic, if that's okay with you. How'd you disrupt our battle?
Okay.
The elimination battle's firewall should have been impervious even to a command seal. Trying to break through the firewall would have caused the system to fry your brain.
The Seraph attack program, I remember having to deal with it at first, but it didn't seem to affect me.
That can't be right. Even if your body is safe, your brain wouldn't be able to handle the strain.
Bro, the music stopped immediately.
Speaking of which, aren't you,
A look of shock washes over her face, leaving an expression of confusion in its wake.
Never mind, I was just thinking out loud. Forget I said anything. Anyway, don't try any more idiotic moves. The Seraph won't allow you to get away with it twice.
Her warning delivered. Rin begins to rise off the bed and stops as if something just occurred to her.
Hey, does that name Twice Peaceman ring a bell by any chance?
No, but I do know he's voiced by Greg Chun, the voice of Ike, in the
Nice.
Fate Extra Lost Blast Encore anime. Twice. I can't recall hearing the name, but I know what his voice sounds like. I might have heard it, but I might have. What about him?
So,
No reason really. You kind of remind me of him. Never mind. Just forget I asked.
What? Okay. After saying that, she drifts off onto her own thoughts. Do I get the save button soon? Thank God. Alright, Clay, it's been a mighty strong 3 hours.
It's been a beefy 3 hours.
Yep. We got through Caster, who happened to not be a berserker, who happened to be not Alice in Wonderland, but specifically a nursery rhyme. We rest in peace, Kukulin, and rest in peace, Rin's chance of getting the Holy Grail Award. But you know what? She didn't die, so that's a win-win in my book.
It's pretty based.
I mean, we got a whole lot accomplished in this last 3 hours. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, you guys, and like always, we'll see you next time.